With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store. As it'll be the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They're halfway home, looking good, at a perfect 8-0.
And not much to complain about so far, is there? I'd have to say they're the best team in the NFL through the first half of the year.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, they come in really scuffling, losers of 7 of their last 8 games.
And they've been an underachieving team, but they do have some pretty good pieces in place. Let's see if they can use some of the younger guys and make themselves better.
On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
To throw is Daniels.
He's going to float this one deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't get in.
We talk about this Seahawk defense.
We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
They may be ranked 3rd against the pass in the league, but they're the best that I've seen so far. Sometimes the numbers don't tell the full story.
And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47. This defense for the Seahawks, they were terrific a week ago when they went over Washington.
Yeah, they held them to just 7 points, and if you rewatch the game tape, and I did multiple times, it was amazing to me that the other guys even got 7. They were absolutely dominating on that side of the football.
Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Oh, now is the punter, Johnny Hecker, who in fact grew up just north of here in nearby Bothell. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. So here are the Seahawks now with a long field in front of them. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
You know what I did in pregame? I made sure I touched him as he went by. I want a little bit of what he's got.
The golden arm from last week.
Oh, how much fun was that to watch that game tape, all right? The number of touchdowns, what was that, 5 last week?
Yeah.
But 0 interceptions. So you think he's due to throw a pick? But I'm betting that he continues the streak in this game.
The numbers a week ago for Henderson. 11 carries, 122 yardage-wise, and a score as well.
And last week he had another touchdown to his total. He continues to be the #1 scorer in the league in terms of rushing touchdowns. And what more can you do to help your team than find the end zone?
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And the Seahawks, 1st down.
To throw, it's Milton. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the 1st half. Backups get to play in the 2nd. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
down the left sideline.
And all the way in, touchdown, Seattle.
Trevion Henderson. That's rushing touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Seahawks are on the board first here this afternoon.
Fairbairn on for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Cardinals offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. As you take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a QB, you'll notice he's worked his way into the top 5 at this point in the season.
He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. A big hitter to start the drive, has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Daniels. That pass completed to Dortch.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
A gain of 7. And the Cardinal 1st down.
Into the hands of Patrick left side. It'll be a gain of 5. And it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Off the play fake, Daniels.
He'll take a shot for the end zone.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
He was looking for Tim Patrick that time. And it's 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. You talk about this Seahawk defense.
Currently #1 in the NFL against the run.
And that play right there shows exactly why they're so good against the run. Held the line of scrimmage, held the point of attack, and stuffed him for no gain.
Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. To the air goes Daniels. This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in. Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
Walter Nolan gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Got his man, it's George.
And he's going to come up well short as they...
Ready? Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready?
Now Milton. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4. And it was the visiting Seahawks who were victorious in that one. So they now look for the sweep here back home in Seattle.
Henderson running straight ahead. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here's Milton.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
On the go.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Running left is Henderson. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Milton. That is incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
He's into space past the 25.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Rashad Bateman,
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
and the
Hawks take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it's Rashad Bateman who finished it all off with a touchdown.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Looking to put a drive together.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
Open man right side, Myers. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. They run with McCaffrey off the option.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 10, 1st down, Arizona.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. In motion goes Patrick. Now they'll fake the jet sweep here and throw off play action.
Now loose football. The ball comes out.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
And we know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's Played now because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here this first half. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Cougar 19.
They'll try the left side with Henderson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Trevion Henderson, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to widen their advantage. And his stellar campaign continues. That now his 20th rushing touchdown of the year, a number that very few running backs have ever reached in a single NFL season.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And it's 21-3. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hunter.
Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he's going to be taken out of bounds, but not before he gets this all the way down to the 10.
A big play there just before halftime. 66 yards. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Now Daniels.
Now the pressure gets there. He goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second. As stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Okay,
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Liking, ain't it?
Daniels looking to throw. The RPO, he'll keep it himself.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed down him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
And his kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and it was a smart move.
The Seahawks offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
60 Vikings, 60, go!
Here's Milton now to throw. He's got the tight end. That's Gadsden.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
19.
Now a throw here out wide. He might be looking to throw this again. That's going to be caught. And this works to perfection. The double pass leads to a touchdown.
He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. So halftime here out west. Let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Both these teams looking to put it together and pull away in the second half. So let's find out what happens as the third quarter kickoff is just about ready right here on EA Sports. Our spin around the NFL starts now. We begin with a visit to Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. The Panthers at home to take on the Saints in the NFC South. Next, it's the Windy City. We'll check in on the Bears. They're hosting the New York Football Giants. And this is the second-year man, Ray Davis. He's going to take this one in, 11 yards on the touchdown run. The Giants will not finish the year winless. Congratulations to them and their fans. It was quite a wait, but they get their first win. And here's a look at the rest of the action that's going on. The risers and the fallers around the NFL here in Week 10. Meanwhile, our game has not been all that competitive. A one-sided affair through 2 quarters. As we send you back out to Brandon and Charles.
The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Seahawks offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as we transition into the second half of the season, you can see he's the NFL's leader in rushing touchdowns. To throw is Milton. That ball caught by his rookie wideout. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Another first down there as this one goes for 25. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They're really locked in on offense.
Here's a 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, they run with Henderson.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. Throwing is Milton. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Seahawks are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's another Seahawks first down.
Here we go.
Operating from the gun, Milton. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And fighting down inside the 25. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half.
Let's go now.
Here's Daniels. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Walter Nolan able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Looking to throw. Daniels. And pressure coming, and they got it once again. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down.
Come on. Hey.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be the call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right on the 30. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 75 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. 2nd and a couple.
19. Ready.
They run once more with Henderson. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks. Off play action, Milton. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Derek Harmon in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Back to throw, Milton. This is caught by McMillan. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 15 yards and leads to 3rd down.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
60 backs in, 60 backs, go!
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 22-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
It's second and inches. At the 12-yard line.
Here we go. Panther 60, Panther 60. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in until you look like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down.
Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's in
end zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle.
Emeka Egbuka
With his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Seahawks add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Working to put a drive together.
Ready?
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. The Cardinals on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. Daniels.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 42.
And the Cardinals first down.
To throw is Daniels. It's Myers again with another catch.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 6.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
Throwing now is Daniels. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is taken in at the 5. And he's across for the
Let's go. Ready.
To throw, it's Milton. He's got his receiver. That's Ibuka. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
Ready, ready.
Second down and 3.
Seven Pirates. Ready, ready.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week. It takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. Now he's loose again.
And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line.
132 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun, Milton. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Another touchdown in the fourth quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping.
On the jump. Here we go. Set. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
Off the play fake. Daniels.
He's going to let it fly. And this throw will be intercepted.
Picked off by Devin Witherspoon.
Daniels pass. Intercepted.
The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say. All around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Ready.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41.
Now Milton. That is caught. McMillan with it.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
That is caught. Rashad Bateman.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
9 more yards. That's good. More on Seahawks. First down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. And he's got it. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on the way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Okay, ready? Here we go, here we go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
So the victory here for Seattle. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Seahawks, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Arizona, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.